Hello, my name is Dr. Tamara Hill-Bennett, and I am so proud to be a part of this anthology. So I want to ask you a question, and there are probably going to be a few along the way. But the first one I'm going to ask is, have you had an aha moment? See, these are the moments when your brain is just going and you're saying, I could do that. I think I can do that. Or why haven't I done that before? So, right, I'm saying the same thing right now, that I have this aha moment that why haven't I done an anthology before? Or why haven't I written a chapter in a book? So as we're moving through this, you will hear some of the reasons why, and there may be some of the reasons why that you haven't moved past that aha moment. So one of mine is that I don't really think that I at times have the vocabulary for most. But then I had that aha moment and was like, I have a lot to say, and technically, I don't need large vocabulary. So I wrote this for you so that you can understand and really push you to greatness so that you can come out of the shadows like so many of us have once been before. So hello, ladies. I am not one for prophetic words. However, it's time for my voice to be heard. I'm speaking. I have something important to say. No longer will you tell me to shut up or say, I am tired of hearing your voice. What I have to say matters. My voice needs to be heard. No longer will I be silent. I may not use big words, but when I speak, you get my point. No longer will I be silent. No longer will you say, be quiet, you don't know what you're talking about. In my head, I have 3 degrees, so I should understand. And one is a doctoral degree. So my heart is huge, like an ever-flowing pitcher of water, but replace that water with love. I pour into all who come to know me. You will no longer make me believe that I am unworthy to love or take my love for granted. My mind keeps firing on all cylinders like a car in the Indy 500. I am always thinking, creating pockets in my head full of ideas, so when the time comes for me to develop a solution to a problem, there it is. All I have to do is dig deep when the time comes. The logical solution to a problem is to remind yourself that you have already solved it before. It's like when you have that math problem you had in 5th grade, right? You struggled with it. And at first, you were like, I can't do this. So I'm asking you right now, are you smarter than a 5th grader? But eventually you solved it, right? Wasn't that an amazing feeling? Now, once you realize in life that you are constantly solving that same problem over and over again, it just appears in a different form. That euphoria of the accomplishment will once again be seen and felt all over. No longer will you tell me I'm not smart enough. My genetic makeup doesn't allow for failure. I come from a long line of queens and royalty that forged a way for me to be right where I am today. a crown around my head made of pure gold, filled with rare gems that no man has ever found or even seen before. I wear it with such pride for such a time as this. My gown fitting all my curves, my robe representing royalty abound. I have a staff, yes, because sometimes I need something to hold on to. My staff guiding me every time I walk into a room. A room of those who have never ever seen me before, except in this moment and in this manner, because my humble spirit was always stronger than my royal presence. And can you hear me as I speak in this majestic voice? You can hear me now because I'm no longer silent. You see me now because I'm no longer a hidden figure. I'm no longer a black hole in your mind. My light has never stopped shining. My voice remains strong. I will continue to pour as long as I am filled. As long as I can continue on this journey, tearing down barriers and roadblocks for that little girl who will be queen one day. For that queen who sees herself no longer less than her king. Who will one day remember to always wear her crown. You see, I didn't think that I can do this. And now I have the opportunity to do so. So when I say to you, when you have that aha moment, it's a mindset. It's a mindset shift that needs to happen. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to set your mind for success. I want to give your mind a little kickstart, a little kick up, a backside, or even put you into fifth gear, right? And the tips will help you to shift the paradigm into a success mindset. You ready? Number 1, don't choose between two things. When trying to choose between two things, you really want to figure out a way where you can marry the two. And the best answer is always to find a way that you can use them together, make them both happen. Number 2, don't let others define your success. Too many of us have one set of view about what success looks like, and we struggle to see it in another way. Success is doing whatever it is that makes you happy. Don't worry if that just so happens to make other people raise a little eyebrow or even throw some shade. Number 3, invest in yourself. So invest in yourself is the most important way to start achieving more. And some of the ways that you can invest in yourself doesn't really have to cost a lot of money. You can take a course here or there. You can go relax and do some self-care. Those will be some of the ways that you can best serve yourself and the best way to spend money on yourself, develop another skill. And others even say, go buy a new suit and maybe fix your hair. But we are living in a digital world, so you may want to have to do that and find your place on those internet streets, right? On Facebook or Instagram or TikTok for that matter. And number 4, act like you've already won. Remember that what I said? I'm a queen now. I realize that I've already been royal. So acting like you've already won is the best way to empower yourself to be stronger and more successful. When you do this, you give off an aura of success that makes others gravitate to you. And lastly, number 5, view failures as a learning opportunity. Don't view your failures as a crushing defeat, but rather as a chance to learn and to be that comeback kid, to be stronger than you ever were. So as I leave with that, again, we're talking about the changing and the shifting of mindset. So we're going to dive into something that I call about use past mistakes to make new successes as your mindset. You ready? So every single decision matters. Every choice you have made in your life has led you to the point where you are now, where you're listening now. And when I say that, you are probably thinking of all those big choices you made. The choices to go into a certain career, for instance, or the choice to move to a certain part of town, and that choice to marry a certain person. So change any one of those pivotal moments and everything would be different. But what about those smaller choices? And what about the choices you made all the time, simply through inaction? So when you choose not to look for other work, when you choose not to challenge the system, and when you choose to ignore the nagging voice inside your head, I call that the gut also, that is telling you there's more to life than this. It's scary stuff because it means that no moment in your life is inconsequential, but it's also incredibly liberating right now. You have millions of choices open to you, and you can take any one of them. But how to know what to do? So make a map of all your failures. I also even say write them all down and then one by one throw them in the trash. Because if there's anything you're unhappy with in your life, then chances are that you got there by making certain choices and decisions. These are your failures, and you're on and now. You are here and now, and you are now bearing those scars to the daily life. So many of us will accept our lot in life and accept these mistakes and thus continue to live a life less satisfying, right? But what if we change this approach? What if instead we take those things we're unhappy with and we vow to learn from them, to not make these mistakes again? Did you get to the point of being unhappy in your work by not speaking up and going after a raise, by not looking for work elsewhere, by not taking the chance to go after your dream? Are you unhappy with your financial situation because you chose not to budget or even get help in budgeting? Or because you choose to take a loan for something that you really don't need, it's just something that you wanted, or something that didn't help you on your path to success? Don't feel bad about these mistakes. Just recognize them, realize them from what they are, and knowing that, use the opportunity to head out there and really make a difference, to embrace the life that you want. So the next time the opportunity comes up, take it, grab it, hold on to it. Be bold about it. And don't fail to speak up. Start telling people what you want. I had to learn that. Want to fix your finances? Come up with a budget and stick to it. I've done that. You can do it too. So it's not too late if you're unable to learn from those mistakes. You are no longer a hidden figure based on the mistakes that you may have made in the past. You are royalty. You can do this. Why? Because you have purpose. And so that is why now, after you hear this, I want you to figure out your why statement. Figure out what you want to do next. What can you add on to? Focus on providing value to others. Live by that statement may not come easy, but you can do it. Share your why statement with people that you know. Try to find a why statement buddy or who will hold you to your mission in life. I always say find that tribe. And quickly point out if you know that you're going in off track or in a different direction. And then that way you won't go down those small mistake areas. So again, my queen, my awesome and amazing woman that you are, you are no longer hidden. Come out behind those shadows and continue to let your light shine. This is your girl, Dr. T.O.D., and I'm so happy that I was able to provide some hope and glimpse of what is out there for you, because you can do it. Be blessed.